Stubby, written by David L. Dyer. Stubby the Stowaway. April the 4th of 1917, a young U.S. Army recruit faced a difficult problem. World War I was raging, and Private James Robert Conroy was about to ship off to Europe to join America's British and French allies. The problem was how to get dispatch a jumbo terror onto the ship. Conroy was a soldier in 102nd Infantry Regiment, which was a part of Yankee Division based in New England. During his basic training, Yale University Football Stadium in New Haven, Connecticut, Conroy adopted the dog and named him Stubby because of the dog's little rump of a tail. Conroy soon discovered that Stubby was a natural-born soldier who easily learned the bugle calls and how to march with the men on the field. He even learned how to salute, sit back, or hide his leg and raising in his paw to his burrow. Stubby's military skills, however, couldn't get enough to get him to France with orders. Pets were not allowed on troop ships. Conroy asked for help from a sailor aboard Minnesota, the ship that would be carrying his regiment to the war, before the ship left for France. In September, the seaman hid Stubby in the coal bin of the engine room. After the ship sailed, Conroy and Stubby were reunited, and the dog enjoyed the voyage, which lasted nearly a month. According to the later account, Stubby's shipboard life was one soup bowl after another. Arrival in France. The 102nd Infantry Regiment landed in France in early October. Now Conroy has new problems: how to get Stubby off the ship while his friend distracted some nearby officers. Conroy hid Stubby in his arm overcoat and walked casually down the ship's gangplank. Stubby made it ashore undetected. By this time, Stubby had become the regiment's unofficial mascot. Some Conroy's friends had made Stubby set a metal identity test, known as dog test. Unfortunately, Stubby's presence in the regiment has still not been officially approved. When several storms faced it, officers finally discovered Stubby. The soldier feared that he would be taken away. Stubby saved the day, however, when he charmed the officers by saluting them. Stubby's role as a mascot was confirmed in 1918 by the regiment's new commander, Colonel John H. Parker. The colonel issued an order that Stubby would remain with Conroy. The soldier joked that Stubby was the only member of the regiment who could talk back to Parker and get away with it. The way that Stubby went to war was unusual, but he was one of the thousands of dogs used in both sides in World War I. Some 20,000 dogs served on the enemy side. They put machine guns, carried messages, stood guard, and killed rats in the filthy trenches. Dogs known as mud dogs or ambulance dogs searched for wounded men on the battlefield. With so many keen recruits, it was difficult for any one dog to distinguish itself, but Stubby was sent out from all the others. In the Great War, by late 1917, the Great War was called the Time, and the dragging on 3 days was the loss of life and destruction on the battlefield. In France was beyond belief. Though the cause of the war was complicated, it was clear that millions of soldiers would die. Many people on both sides wanted the conflict to end, but no one end was in sight. The war had become a stalemate, with Germany leading one side and the Allies, including Britain and France, on the other. The Yankee division was part of the large force that the United States was sending to Europe to aid British and French. Conroy and his fellow soldiers were sent to Lorraine region of northeastern France. There they went underwent further training with experienced French troops to prepare an unexpected German attack in the spring. The German push began on March 21, 1918, with a poisonous gas attack. Both sides in the war used poisonous gas, which caused terrible damage to exposed eye, closed lung, and soldier gas wore masks to protect themselves by Stubby his own mask, made by the French officer. With his keen sense of smell, Stubby could detect the smallest hint of the gas giving into alley lines. Wherever they smelled deadly gas, he would run up and down at the trenches, barking and leaving them. Alerted the faithful mascot, the soldier would put on the protective mask. Stubby learned that gas settled into low areas of land. One time, he found a soldier asleep in the underground bunker at the start of the attack. Realizing the danger the man was in, the alarm must wake up and bark until the soldier put on his mask. Sharply shot, hearing to save life. They couldn't hear incoming artillery shells long before the men around him would want to take cover. Likewise, he alerted dozen soldiers were heard the German soldiers sneaking out of the trenches to attack. Stubby was active on the battlefield, running to any American called for him. If the soldier could walk, Stubby led them to the back alley lines. If the man was too badly wounded to stand, Stubby would stay by him and bark until medics arrived to carry him to safety. In 1980, Stubby turned himself as a wounded as he went out beyond the trench after an entirely barrage. Another shell landed nearby and exploded. Corey heard Stubby emit a low howl of pain as the shell fragment tore his chest and left foreleg. Conroy carried Stubby into his own first aid station, where he was put in an ambulance and sent to the field hospital. Stubby was so popular that there was no question he would treat them. Even though the hospital was flooded with wounded men, the regiment's bearers believed they would claim that beloved mascot would survive in the woods. By June, Stubby was back in action. By this time, he was a hero to regiment. The men of the 102nd made Stubby a military half jacket and decorated with his medals. Those awards signed a purple for being wounded in action. Stubby added to his new accomplishment in September 1918. He wanted to confront a German soldier who might have been mapping the layout of the American trenches. The intruder tried desperately to quiet the barking dog with a phrase of camaraderie. That didn't work. Stubby ran him down and sank his teeth into the soldier's leg. The angry dog held on tight until the soldier was taken prisoner. For this capture of the German soldier, Stubby made an official sergeant. Now he outranked Conroy, who was just a corporal. As an added honor, the Iron Cross medal that the German was wearing was pinned to Stubby's army clothes. The terror war finally ended in November 1918, the surrender of Germany. By that time, Conroy and Stubby, and has served in 4 major military offensives and 17 battles. The Yankee division saw more fighting in the war than any other in the American division, 210 days in all, while waiting to be sent back to America. Stubby suddenly met U.S. President Woodrow Wilson, and the two shook hands. Before they went, the three presidents who would pay their respects to Stubby. Hero and celebrity, Conry and Stubby arrived back in the United States in 1919. For the next few years, the newly famous was the center of attention, and he led it out. The Stubby was cut to the American vision, becoming a star that commissioned the YMCA also made Stubby a member specific that he's going to play and live for the rest of his life. In 1920, Thuram was awesome. He gets overwhelming, but the presidency. Harding invited Stubby to win the White House. Stubby also paid visits to Harding's successor, Calvin Colgate. Many established with no pet to make exceptions for Stubby. The New York Times reported that the city-exclusive Hotel Majestic had allowed Stubby to stay overnight with Conroy. Perhaps the greatest tribute paid to Stubby took place on July 6, 1921, in Washington, D.C. The occasion was a ceremony honoring members of the 102nd Infantry Regiment, presiding the protesting General John Blackjack Pershing, commander of U.S. forces in Europe. During the Stubby turn of the spotlight, Pershing praised himself for the heroism of the highest caliber and brave under fire. The general then pinned a solid gold medal to Stubby's uniform. The Times beat that the heavy aeroleak Charles and wagged his diminutive tail. Conroy and Stubby were never apart. When Conroy attended Georgetown University Law School in 1921, Stubby went all along, and his true Stubby manner became the mascot of the entertained crowd by batting the ball around the field with his nose. By the mid-1920s, Stubby, now approaching old age for a dog, was winding down. He died in sleep in 1926, cradled in Corey's arms. Stubby's final honor was recognition as a warrior by the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. preserved his body stand in a display case as always alert. Beside him is the mannequin of the World War I soldier, representing the many men who owed their life to this brave dog.
job on a perfect score.